What's up guys, I'm Ozzy and you're watching Bottled and Bond. Welcome back to the show guys. On today's episode of Monday Madness, I want to touch base with a company I've never really heard about until a good friend of mine, Corey Bramer, gave it to me as a gift, and I've been interested to sample the bottle. Main reason is because I don't necessarily drink whiskey that's under 40 proof, and it states that this has a cherry note, and I'm curious, if it's under 40, it's not my type of whiskey. And on top of that, if it's mixed with something else, such as the honey whiskeys out there, not my type of whiskey. But I was curious about this one, and I'm not gonna, make it sound bad before even trying it. How can you shun something before you even try it? So let's go ahead and dive in, right? So this is Traverse City Whiskey. The company's called Traverse City Whiskey Company, and this is an American Cherry Edition. It is coming up at 35% alcohol by volume, making it a 70 proof, and it is a small batch handcrafted. Now these guys are from Michigan, and from what I've been reading, they are a third generation. So the distiller, master distiller, is trying to pretty much recreate what his grandfather or great grandfather created a long time ago with the whiskey. The mash bill itself, it has a corn, rye, malted barley, I want to say. Not too sure about the percentages, didn't really quite dive in into that much detail, but I'm excited about this. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Definitely pick up cherries. I definitely sense the cherries in this. This is batch number 010. This is a sweet cherry-like smell. I really like this. Never smelled the cork like this before. Look at the notes on that. So I'm not quite sure if you can see it. I know I got my fingerprints all over this snifter, but it does have the typical whiskey look, but it's slightly reddish. It's a slightly red hint to the bottle itself and the whiskey. And like I said, the notes right off the bat, cherries. So at a first sniff, believe it or not, the first thing I get, it's almost like a cherry cough medicine, but not too medicine-like. A little bit of almond, as if the almonds were covered in some type of syrup. It almost smells like I'm smelling a syrupy jar with chunks of cherries inside of the like a jelly, almost like a preserve of cherries. I love it. I'm not gonna give it a score. I'm trying to change things up on Bottled and Bond with the whole 1 to 10 scale, and also the 100-point scale like distillers.com make it. So I'm just gonna pretty much tell you what I think, right? I love the smell. I really love the smell. It has a great smell. So if you wanna try a whiskey that has great smell, here you are. Very easy to drink. The cherry notes on the palate transform just a little bit from what you smell. Initially, like I said, I was smelling almost like a cough syrup cherry flavor to it, and when you taste it, it almost tastes like Maraschino cherries, the little red one. It has it takes a while, but the aftertaste on the back of your palate, on your throat, it finally hits you a little late on it. It's not overwhelming. It does taste good. The cherries is definitely overwhelming. The taste itself. Oh yeah, it's delicious. The fact that it's 35%, you can't even tell. It's as smooth and good tasting as a regular 42% ABV bottle. And the longer you let that sit in there, you start picking up other notes as well on your palate. Little bready. I'm not sure if it's the malted barley almost like a little yeasty taste to it. Almost a little cinnamon that I'm picking up as well. It's very easy to drink this neat. The bottle itself is staying at room temperature, and here at home I don't turn on the heater during the winter, so it remains pretty cold in here in this house. Listen, for $35 to $40 a bottle, this is amazing. Thank you, Corey, I appreciate that. This is definitely one that I would recommend. There goes the back end. The cherries almost overpower the back end of your throat, and it almost makes it taste a little bit like you did just take some cherry cough medicine. Definitely recommended bottle. Go ahead and try these guys out. They have a different line of whiskeys that they have. If you're not a fan of flavored whiskey like I am, then you can definitely go for something else. They got a couple single barrel editions, maybe possible higher in proof, but this is not quite bad. Good whiskey, truly recommend it. Definitely one to have on your whiskey wall or your bar, one to present to friends whenever they're coming over, so that they can sample it as well with you and let them pretty much give you their own opinion. In my opinion, it does have a lot of cherry flavors. It's not a typical whiskey. The back end I don't like so much, but the aromas are delicious and the taste is pretty damn good. The bottle itself is something that pretty much stands out in a typical bar just because of the colors and the rough red notes that it has. It's a nice looking bottle, and like I said, the cork was delicious, just popping it open and smelling it. Other than that, if you guys had any other opinions, you've had this before, leave it in the comments below. Truly appreciate you guys coming back. I'm gonna try to keep it to about every single Monday doing a recording, but not every single Friday. If I come up with anything else to talk about during the week, I'll definitely post it up on a Wednesday. Knowledge. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit a like, share it if you can. Thank you guys for all the subscribers that I have out there. I'm getting to know a lot of people here and there, and I appreciate that you guys like my content and continue to support Bottled in Bond. I'm Ozzy. This is Traverse City Whiskey Company American Cherry Edition, and this is Bottled in Bond. Cheers.